Alright, so if you watched my last video, you know I only got about 30 minutes to make this one. And a long time ago I did a video where I talked about how crank radios and having a radio can really help ease your way into solo camping. But they are a nuisance, so make sure that you're not bothering the people around you. But in that video I had this Ronso radio. And at the time I really liked this radio, but it's been a while and honestly it hasn't held up very well. The flashlight doesn't work, and then I crank it up and then it does work, but the second I stop cranking it dies off. Same with the radio doesn't work at all unless I'm cranking it. The internal battery just doesn't hold a charge anymore. But the pros to this one is you can charge it solar. It's trickle charge solar. Don't plan on charging it solar, but it can keep a charge that way. It's a crank radio. The other features is it came with a cord, so you can plug it into a wall outlet and run it that way. And the antenna is fully adjustable. It rotates, it goes in and out. I really like this antenna. But yeah, other than that, I don't recommend it. It doesn't work anymore, and I didn't feel the need to buy another one. Instead, oh, the lanyard broke too. But instead, what I bought was this Voyager KA500. Now this one is not small. It's not compact. The antenna is fixed. It doesn't move, and so you kind of got to point the radio around to get good reception sometimes, which is kind of a pain. Also, you can buy separately a wall mount, so you can buy a cord to plug this thing into your wall, but it doesn't come with one, which is kind of disappointing. But with the other capabilities of this radio, I find it a much better option. You still get the solar, you still get the crank. It holds a charge really well, and for whatever reason, if it doesn't hold a charge, you can put 3 AA batteries in here and run it off those, or you can easily access the built-in battery. And so this just looks like a battery from an old cordless phone, for the landline cordless phones, not cell phones. But yeah, so you should be easily able to purchase and replace this battery if it does go bad. Again, you can charge it with the wall if you do decide to buy the extra cord. If you don't buy the extra cord, you can use a micro USB. So basically what a lot of Android users have all over their house. You can charge it and run it off that. You can also use this to charge your phone and charge other devices with a USB, and so you can crank and charge other devices as well. And then it has a microphone, or not a microphone, but a headphone jack, so that you can listen without interrupting the people around you. So that's a really good feature, especially if you're in a campground with lots of people around and you don't want to disturb any of them. You can put your headphones on and just kind of drown all of them out without disturbing any of them. So I like that as well. The other thing is the little radio here has AM, FM, and weather band. And the weather band you have to find in the tuner, okay? Where this one has weather band, FM, AM, shortwave 1, and shortwave 2. So you have shortwave capabilities with this as well. But the weather band has its own dial here, and it's 1 through 7, and so you just go through each one until you find your local weather station. And so mine is 1. So whenever I'm at home or I'm in and around the area, I just put it on 1 and I know that that's my weather station. So not only is the radio good for entertaining, it's good for drowning out the noises around you, but it's also really good for getting information, right? If you need to know about the weather, if you need to know about local things that are happening, if there's a car accident, you know, you might want to stay a little bit longer at the campsite. If there's just a lot of information you can get with a little radio like this. You can use it. You can run it just on the batteries. So if you put AA's in it, you can run it strictly off those AA's and save the internal battery. You can run it on just the internal battery, or you can have it notify you if weather is or bad weather is on the way. If there's a weather alert, you can have it so that it notifies you. The other thing is it still has a flashlight, so it's not a very bright flashlight. The other thing is you have to have the flashlight on, and then it'll backlight the dial here. So at night, you have to have the flashlight on, and then you can see this. I wish that those were two separate lights. I wish that I could turn on the backlight and just see this in the dark without having to turn the flashlight on at the same time. The other thing is it has a red blinking light, so like an emergency light. I wish they would have replaced that mode with just a backlit mode. And then it has a reading light, so behind the solar panel there's a little reading light, so you can prop that up and read whatever you have, whether it's a map or a book or what have you. And so yeah, I really like this radio. I'm going to keep you guys updated on how it performs. I'm not going to put AA's in it. I'm going to keep running it off of its standard battery, just like I did with this one. And we'll see how this one holds up over time. Hopefully it performs a lot better. I'll leave links in the description box below to this radio and this radio. If you need a disposable radio that's small and compact, this is a pretty decent option. I don't plan on buying anymore. I don't plan on using this one anymore, but it is smaller, it is more compact, but you are going to go through batteries and you are going to go through devices a lot more than I think you will with this. But if you want to learn more about this radio and see how it performs, make sure to subscribe and come join the pack. I have a new video every Sunday and Thursday, and sooner or later you're going to see this video again with this same radio, and we're going to see if it held up. So thank you so much for all your time. Thank you so much for all your support, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one.